live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. It is Wednesday, January 17th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you are staying warm in your home right now. Very, very, very cold morning again to deal with.
Just when we think it couldn't get colder out there, Mike Osterhage, we're there.
The one nice thing, though, we don't have the wind chills to deal with because, of course, yesterday we had wind chills that were way down in the low single digits, even dropped down below zero, about 2 below there in right around Lost Maples yesterday. So it's not, as cold as what it feels like. There is no wind chill right now out there at the airport because we don't have any wind to deal with. Still very, very dry air. Now, kind of on the flip side, though, we don't have a wind chill since we don't have the wind to deal with, but then we've got all the ingredients for good radiational cooling. Anyway, later on today, we are going to warm up. It's going to feel balmy out there, getting up into the mid 40s. A veritable heat wave will actually make it above what the normal low temperature is later on this afternoon. Obviously, still about 20 below normal for the high. The aquifer, big hit yesterday, down 1.5 feet. Not good news with that, and mountain cedar and mold both on the low side. So take a look at some of the temperatures around the area right now. 12 up there in Comfort, 20 at the airport, 14s, Kerrville, Bernie, Bulverde, and then, 25, that's the warm spot, if you will, up there at Canyon Lake. Again, no wind to deal with, clear skies, very, very dry air. All the perfect ingredients, like I said, for radiational cooling, which allows the heaviest, coldest air to sink down here to the surface. Now, despite the fact there's no wind, the wind chill advisory, which was issued a couple of days ago, was just left in effect. I mean, if there's a puff of a breeze out there, it is going to knock it down as far as what it feels like. So that's just kind of just be aware of that, if you will. Freeze warnings in effect till 10 o'clock as well today, and then those are going to be allowed to expire. So frigid morning, sunny, mid 40s, like I said, later on today. Tomorrow, probably deal with some fog because we are going to see just enough humidity come back in here that we will have that morning fog. Then sunny, mid 60s. So we are going to be back up to actually above normal for a high temperature tomorrow. That will not last long because another front moves through here, and that's going to be into early Friday morning. So we'll stay in the mid 40s, mid to upper 40s both days. A really hard freeze Saturday morning. No moisture to deal with. Moisture comes back in here, though, Sunday later on in the day. Just a couple of showers right here. We'll be in the 40s, so it'll be kind of a chilly rain. And then more rain next week. We got some decent rain chances next week, which is great news. We'll talk about all the details on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ Marquez, the man behind the wheel this morning. What's going on?
Here we go, Mike. Yeah, you could just feel that cold out there. Very, very biting cold. So a couple of things to mention overnight. So we've seen a little bit of activity, a little bit more than usual than we see in our overnight hours. The US 90 at West Military Drive, we had a major crash that had shut down the eastbound lanes of Military. We show you here real quick on our map. It had shut down, but that has just been cleared out. So what you just saw right now was that camera behind me showing some of those traffic flares. So that's good news out there for our drivers on the west side. It was reported as a rollover crash, and it had shut down the highway for a couple of hours. So we are good to go in that area. Let's take you out to the east side, and we have another crash being reported on North W.W. White at Director Drive. So that's going to be causing a little bit of a delays there in one of our major streets there on W.W. White. So something to kind of keep in mind if you are headed out at the moment. One more quick look here at the rest of the city. Everything else is looking good for the most part. Again, we are now clearing out that crash there on the west side, 90, that had shut down the eastbound lanes at 90 and West Military. And the only thing we're following at the moment is this one incident there on WWY. Let's show you some other cameras here real quick. Looking there at 410 at Blanco Road, we see traffic moving pretty smooth in that direction there. And we also have State Highway 16 at Wurzbach. So again, we're going to be talking throughout the morning about some tips driving in the cold and making sure that you're safe on the roads out there. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. Big news this morning. 20 SAISD campuses are closed for the day due to multiple repairs. That includes Herf, Hillcrest, and Huppert's Elementaries, just to name a few. We have more of the schools closed posted on your screen, and the full list is posted at KSAT.com. Campus administration, custodial staff, and child nutrition services will still report to these schools. Curbside meals for students will be available from noon to 1 p.m. This is all in response to several complaints about cold classroom conditions from parents and students yesterday. Some students at Madison Elementary told us what they thought about the cold welcome back from the holiday weekend.
How was school today?
Good. It was good, but very cold inside.
Is it colder outside or inside?
Inside.
It was colder inside?
Yes.
Now, SAISD's letter to parents, the superintendent said in part, quote, "I regret that our preparations did not meet expectations. We will work around the clock to address these issues, and we will be open on Wednesday. We will continue to monitor the situation," end quote.
SAISD is not the only school district that reported having problems while adjusting to the cold. One was Oak Creek Elementary in Comal ISD. Now, parents said that schools there had a heating issue. We went to the district and it said the following in part, quote, "The district's maintenance team has been working throughout the day, and I found that the issue was related to a faulty control panel," end quote. Now, East Central ISD got back to us as well, saying, quote, "We've received recent concerns about temperature in some areas of the district. Our facilities team has investigated and confirmed that all systems are operating normally," end quote.
Northside ISD also that reads in part, quote, "We had only a handful of issues across our 135 campuses, Stevens High School being one of those. All of the issues, including a burst coil at Holmes High School, were items that our maintenance crews were able to address very quickly." It's important to note the schools we spoke with all say they plan to be open this morning. Just to stay up to date, scan the QR code on your screen or head to KSAT.com. We're keeping an eye on any changes. Well, the Hilson Avilar Rodriguez capital murder trial resumes later this morning.
Yesterday, the prosecution laid out their case as they said this was a cold-blooded double murder, and all the evidence led to Avilar Rodriguez being the sole suspect. Erica Hernandez takes us inside the courtroom with a look at what took place on day one of this trial.
He went in there to burglarize them for what he suspected would be drugs and the proceeds of the sale of those drugs. He saw them both laying in bed, helpless, asleep. Bang, bang. Shot them both in the head with a 9mm firearm.
Prosecutor Raul Jordan gave a rundown to the jury about the murders of 23-year-old Nicholas Milanovich and 21-year-old Julia Wright, both allegedly killed by Hilson Avilar Rodriguez on September 30th, 2018. Jordan said Avilar Rodriguez lived at the same complex as the victims at the time with his girlfriend, and later found evidence linking him to the scene, including 9mm ammunition matching casings at the scene. Meanwhile, the defense asking the jury to listen closely to all the facts in the case.
We believe the evidence will show that these two folks were in the process of dealing drugs, and that someone who is also in that business wanted to silence them, wanted them to maybe shut down their operation.
The first responding officers to the scenes, the first to take the stand, saying when they arrived, they found Wright outside in a pool of blood and Milanovich inside his apartment.
We saw lots of blood. Once we were actually on that level, we could see a male laying face up on the bed. He was on the right side of the bed, and I could see an injury to his face where it looked like he had been shot.
The last witness to take the stand was Avilar Rodriguez's girlfriend, who said she wasn't aware he had a gun, but then recalled her having a conversation to remove the gun from their apartment. Many details she couldn't remember or wasn't very willing to talk about it. She did say she was still in contact with Avilar Rodriguez and even talked to him recently.
Did you talk about the case?
No, we try to keep it personal. I mean, he knows I still love him, but we just can't be together.
This is a non-death capital murder case, which means that Avilar Rodriguez is only facing life without parole if he is found guilty. Now, testimony will continue later this morning around 9:30. You can watch it live on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and KSAT's YouTube channel. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Well, back to the weather. This morning, record-setting Arctic blast still being felt by more than 100 million Americans. The extreme conditions have turned deadly in the South, claiming at least 6 lives in Tennessee. At least 3 others were killed in weather-related highway incidents, 2 in Jersey and 1 in Mississippi. Ice has been a major problem across the South, with many cars left stranded on the side of the road. In Chicago, so-called Tesla graveyards have developed, with owners saying they're having trouble charging the vehicles in what feels like 30 below temperatures.
Two attorneys are trying to get more clarity when it comes to Texas's abortion laws. The state has some medical exceptions for the procedure, so the lawyers want the Texas Medical Board to define exactly what those are. Last month, the state Supreme Court rejected a woman's attempt to terminate her pregnancy, which was not viable. The Texas Medical Board is expected to have answers by the end of the week.
Well, now to the race for the White House. Former President Trump launching new attacks against former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley.
ABC's Lionel Moyes explains what's next before the all-important New Hampshire primary.
This morning, debate canceled. Thursday's GOP primary debate in New Hampshire scrapped after Nikki Haley pulled out, saying she'd only attend if former President Trump was also on stage.
That's who I'm running against. There is nobody else I need to debate. I have had 5 strong debates and have done plenty of them. He can't hide forever.
Trump, fresh off his landslide win in Iowa, now focusing his attacks on Haley, who's been surging in the polls in New Hampshire. Trump last night hitting Haley on taxes and Social Security.
She's not tough enough. Nikki Haley supported a brutal 23% national sales tax, which is a disaster, by the way, why she did it. And that's why some people call her the Nikki New Tax. I don't think that's particularly good.
Haley's campaign slamming Trump, depicting him as a bully and a liar. Meanwhile, Ron DeSantis, after his second-place finish in Iowa, touted his record on tax cuts while speaking in New Hampshire last night.
And I think what I represent is somebody that has delivered on those key conservative policies.
In the meantime, President Biden weighing in on the race.
I'm still the only person to ever beat Donald Trump, and I'm looking forward to do it again for the good of this country.
Today, Trump is expected back in a New York courtroom for his defamation trial involving writer E. Jean Carroll. She is expected to take the stand. The jury is deciding whether damages should be awarded for comments Trump made about Carroll's sexual assault allegations. He was already found liable for sexually abusing her. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Wednesday morning, time check, 5:12, 19 degrees.
And still ahead, we are getting a first look at new smartphones from Samsung at their Galaxy Unpacked event.
And next, new details on the case against accused Gilgo Beach serial killer suspect Rex Heuermann.
Here at home, still very cold for us here in San Antonio. We're just not used to waking up to 19 degrees. So if you are waking up and you have to be somewhere, definitely bundle up, but we'll be checking in with Michael when we can see some changes. Welcome back. It's 5:15. The suspected Gilgo Beach serial killer has been charged with the murder of a 4th victim. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details on the case against accused Gilgo Beach serial killer suspect Rex Heuermann.
We look forward to proving them in court.
Now charged with the murder of a 4th victim, Maureen Brainard Barnes, her daughter sharing her story for the first time.
I'm here to speak for my mom, Maureen. I was only 7 years old when my mother was murdered. Her loss drastically changed the trajectory of my life.
A new filing showing the lengths investigators went to collect the new evidence that led to this additional charge.
We earlier reported on mitochondrial DNA evidence as to 3 of those hairs. We now have nuclear DNA results for all 5 of the hairs, so I'll go through it.
And coming up at 7 a.m., George Stephanopoulos goes one-on-one with the Suffolk County District Attorney in a live interview. With your GMA First Look, I'm Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, New York.
5:16, 19 bone-chilling degrees.
Let's check out the chilly Trans Guide cameras there. It's 1604 at Shanefield. Things are moving this morning. Again, very cold out there, but at least we don't have rain with that cold, so the roads are looking pretty good so far. However, we're going to get a check-in with RJ Marquez very soon.
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser powers through tough messes, so it makes it look like I spent hours cleaning.
And no, I didn't. It makes my running shoe look like new. It's amazing.
Wow. It makes it look like I don't have kids at all.
It's so good. It makes it look like I have magical powers.
With 80% less scrubbing, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser makes cleaning easy. Also available in sheets.
Sore throat got your tongue? Mucinex Insta-Sue Sore Throat Medicated Drops. Uniquely formulated for rapid relief that lasts and lasts.
That's my baby!
Get Mucinex Insta-Sue. It's comeback season.
Paying more for vitamins in a trendy bottle? Golly, what a waste. Nature's Bounty gives you a bounty of science at a fraction of the price. Nature's Bounty, the smartest name in supplements.
Well, we've made it to midweek. We're kind of slogging through our morning. Here's how I know. We're comparing energy drinks this morning, and which one works the best or makes your skin feel tingly.
Or awake.
My excuse is I went and saw Tina last night.
Right.
How was it, by the way?
It was a fantastic show.
Aww.
So, yeah, the woman who starred in the show was fantastic, but they, at the beginning, had young Tina. That little girl had a voice on her, and then they did an encore of Big Wheels Keep on Turning.
There you go.
Thank you.
Cool.
She came out and sang part of it, too,
Nice.
the little girl. So, yeah, great voice. But that was a fun show.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that at the Majestic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, good stuff out there. Yeah, I know a lot of people were really anticipating that, excited for it. And hopefully, guys, if you are headed out to anything right now at the moment, obviously you definitely want to bundle up. We're taking a look here at TransGuide traffic cameras. You see here, Loop 410 Blanco Road. Traffic moving along pretty good in our area. So we had a couple of things from overnight that we have actually cleared out. So that's good news there. That one sort of, that red dot that you're seeing there, that's actually being reported by the San Antonio Fire Department. So I'll check on that here in a bit. Not being reported by TxDOT, may just be some fire department activity, down on the southeast side. But as for the most part, we had this crash that had shut down US 90 eastbound at West Military Drive. That has been cleared out. And then our other incident there at WW White, that has been cleared out as well. So we've been talking a lot about driving in this cold weather, and just did some quick research here, looking up some tips to see some things that maybe you should just kind of have in your car. Keep these handy if you have to head out to the roads any sort of within the next hour or so, when we know that it's going to be very cold out there. Obviously, you want to keep gloves, clothes, hats, blankets as well in your car. A car charger for your phone, one of those car chargers that connects to your car. Also a flashlight with batteries, maybe even some new batteries. Also very important, drinking water and snacks. Do not keep cans in there, because aluminum cans, when they freeze, they can burst, and that can cause a major mess in your vehicle. And we're also talking about jumper cables and warning devices like flares and things of that nature. I know personally, I do have jumper cables. I don't have any flares in my vehicle, but that's definitely something to kind of keep in mind if you have to head out right now. But otherwise, Mike, things looking pretty good out there. Do you have do you have those items in your car, Mike?
I know I've got car chargers. I got for Christmas one of those little tire inflators that you can charge. It's a small little thing like this. Takes a long time, but boy, that's handy. Gloves, things like that. But that's always good to have on hand. Obviously, we're not going to be snowed in or anything like that around here, but just as I say, be prepared with those items. Thank you very much, sir. All right, gorgeous sunset yesterday, and boy, I bet those ducks are cold in that water there, and that just looks chilly out there. It is very cold this morning. Got a lot of clear skies. Going to be a spectacular sunrise this morning, and again, we don't have the wind to deal with, but then it's kind of, you don't have the wind chills, so it doesn't feel as cold, but it is going to actually, as far as the thermometer readings, get even colder. So we're down to 20 right now, 11 in Bulverde, 12 in Comfort, and we've got really dry air right now, so all the ingredients in place for temperatures to continue to drop down a few more degrees. Now, the humidity will start to work its way back in here. It's not like it's going to be humid today, but with the dew points then getting up into the low 30s around here, and especially down along the coastal plain, and temperatures trying to drop down again tonight, we're going to have to watch out for a little bit of fog to form up around the area tomorrow morning. So that'll be something to obviously keep an eye on. Temperatures, we're going to be dropping down another few degrees here this morning, getting down 16, 17 degrees actually at the airport. Again, no wind chill to deal with, just plain old cold out there. And then by actually 11 o'clock, we're going to be above freezing. So it's going to be a huge warm up today. We make it up into the mid 40s later on this afternoon. And let's jump ahead to Sunday. This is what looks encouraging. Now, long-range computer model broad brush, but by Sunday afternoon, a couple of showers going to start to kind of develop around here, a few light ones, and then especially overnight, late Sunday night into Monday, we could have a couple of some heftier downpours as well, the way it's looking right now. Of course, it's not going to rain everywhere, but then this rain does stick around not only throughout the day on Monday, but also we'll get some on Tuesday as well as on into Wednesday. Maybe, if we're lucky, some rain sticking around into Thursday of next week. So I'm not going to get greedy with this, but it's looking really encouraging for next week for rain. So today, 45, add basically 20 to that tomorrow. Not a freezing start here in town. The next front moves through then on early Friday, so we stay in the 40s. Very cold Saturday morning, and we are going to be staying above freezing Sunday, and then later Sunday we get some of those showers moving on in here and decent rain chances to start off the first part of next week. Whole lot more after this.
528, Samsung announcing new Galaxy smartphones at its Unpacked event later today. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Samsung is just hours away from unveiling its latest line of smartphones. The Galaxy S24 series is expected to be loaded with AI-powered features. It's rumored to have a flatter display and a titanium frame like the iPhone 15 Pro. It's being billed as a new era of mobile. Bluetooth support has arrived for Google Maps. The feature, available on Android, will allow drivers to navigate through satellite dead zones, including tunnels. It's not entirely new to Google, though. The company's Waze app has supported Bluetooth for at least 3 years now. Finally, SoulCycle and Google are teaming up to help you with your fitness goals. Just wear a Fitbit or a Pixel watch to a SoulCycle class next week, and you'll get 2 classes free, one for you and one for a friend. The free class can then be used the following week. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day, everyone.
Fast approaching 5:30, still under 20 degrees.
Still cold, so that cold weather is turning deadly across the nation. Up next, we're going to take a look at the extreme conditions that have claimed at least 6 lives in Tennessee and at least 3 others in weather-related highway incidents.
And Restaurant Week is underway here in the Alamo City. Ahead on GMSA at 6, the impact it's having on the community and how you can get involved. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, January 17th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you are still staying warm inside your home. Right now, it's 19 degrees.
It is cold out there, and this is a situation, I always bring this up, that somebody wants, the metaphor they use, it's kind of like chocolate milk weather, although in this case it should be hot chocolate, but keep chocolate milk stirred up. It stays all nice. It doesn't get stirred up. All the heavier, powdery chocolate settles down to the bottom of the glass. That's what's going on right now with cold air, because cold air is denser and heavier out there. Yeah, hot chocolate does sound really good in a morning like this. And so we don't have the wind chill to deal with this morning. So the winds aren't keeping the air all stirred up. And so that's why the air temperatures are going to be colder than what they were yesterday. But we're not going to have those, again, wind chills and what it actually felt like standing outside. Those wind chills were down in the single digits and even a couple of negative numbers out there. 20 degrees out at the airport. Dew point at 10. No wind and clear skies. So in theory, we could drop down to 10. We're not going to, but we will drop down a little bit more because you with that air so dry, you can drop down only to what the dew point is. 12 right now at Bernie Stage, 11 Balverde, Comfort, 15 in Kerrville, and 19 in Castroville. Again, hardly any breeze at all. Now, despite that, we do still have that wind chill advisory. I'm going to show you that in a second. Dew points remain very low. So again, in all these areas, we can still drop down a few more degrees this morning. The wind chill advisory, this was issued a couple of days ago. And if a puff of a breeze pops up, yes, that's going to make it feel a whole lot colder. So it doesn't take much in conditions like this. And the freeze warning in effect up until 10 o'clock this morning, then that's going to be allowed to expire because we're not going to be hitting these just brutally, brutally cold temperatures for at least a couple of days. Mountain Cedar and Moeller both on the low side. Throughout the day, 36 at noon. So already above freezing by late morning, and then 44 for high temperature. No heat wave, still only just above the normal low temperature this time of year, but the wind's going to shift around to the south and then kind of southeast in the overnight hours. So that's going to keep us from actually hitting freezing here in town tomorrow, but we'll have to deal with some fog. Now the front's going to move through here. Got some more rain chances. We'll get that all sorted out in just a couple of minutes. RJ, what's going on? Traffic Authority.
Actually, Mike, things looking pretty good out there. Want to start out real quick here with TransGuide. Take a look at some of these cameras. You could just kind of see how dreary sort of things are out there right now. Looking at I-10 West there at Loop 410. Let's see if we can get another one for you here. This one here at I-10 at WWY. You can see just, it just looks very cold, and you could definitely feel it when you head out this morning. But the good news is that right now we have cleared out from any major traffic accidents or any major stalled vehicles. We had earlier this morning US 90 eastbound at West Military. That had been shut down for a couple of hours because of a rollover crash, but that has been cleared out. So that's good news there. And you see that we have a lot of green on our screen here, so we are not seeing any major incidents right now. One more quick look at TransGuide. You see a couple of other shots here. 35 at Palo Alto. Traffic moving pretty good in that direction there. And 1604 in the northeast side at Pat Booker. Traffic moving pretty smooth there as well. Guys, so we're going to continue to talk about some do's and don'ts, things to maybe have in your vehicle. Coming up, we're going to talk about some items that may not be a good idea to have, especially during this cold weather in your car. So we'll check in on that here in just a bit. Mark and Stephanie, back.
Thank you, RJ. Home is where the heat is for hundreds of students in the San Antonio Independent School District. That district announced late last night that it was closing 20 schools today due to repairs. Our Katrina Weber is live outside one of those schools, Ogden Elementary. And Katrina, did district officials specify what types of repairs are being made?
Well, in the information that the SAISD school district provided to us, that's about all they said, repairs. The assumption is it has to do with heating issues that parents and students all across the school district were telling us about yesterday. Now, behind me, Ogden Elementary is locked up tight, and this is the way that it and 19 other schools will stay all day, according to the school district. Now, again, we heard from parents and students throughout the school district yesterday talking about the heating issues that they had. They said that they were the weather, that the schools are no shelter from the cold weather that we've been having. And we did hear from students and parents that the classrooms have little to no heat.
We're trying to stay warm, and people wanted to go in a group hug.
Everybody was focusing on how cold it was. Nobody was really focusing on their, just like their schoolwork.
Yeah, that list of schools, closed schools in SAISD is all across the board, elementary, middle, and high schools. But SAISD says it will still have some food service available. That includes meal pickups, drive-up, curbside pickups today from noon to 1 at students' respective schools. And they say that the students do not have to be present, but they will record the names of those students as the meals are picked up. And you can view an entire list of those closures in the SAISD school district on our website, KSAT.com. Reporting live on the west side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Winter weather taking a deadly toll from the deep south to the northeast.
At least 9 deaths are now blamed on the Arctic conditions. As ABC's Andrew Dimmert reports, parts of the country has seen twice their annual snowfall average, and below zero wind chill temperatures are expected again this morning.
This morning, the record-setting Arctic blast gripping much of the country has turned deadly in the south. At least 6 people have now died in Tennessee as a result of the extreme conditions. 11 inches of snow falling in Knoxville, wind chills plunging to 15 below zero. In Alabama, ice-covered roads made driving nearly impossible. These cars left stranded after sliding off the road. This tractor-trailer outside Birmingham swerving in all directions before jackknifing into the guardrail. And this truck sliding down a driveway after it was put in park. In Chicago, where it felt like 30 below zero, fires were lit under these train tracks to keep them free of snow and ice. Tesla vehicles were lining up at this charging station in Chicago. Owners say they had trouble charging their batteries in the extreme cold. At least 10 electric cars were reportedly towed from this charging station. In the Rockies, new avalanche warnings in Colorado after a series of deadly snowslides in neighboring states. New video shows the moment Bob Tillotson was rescued from an avalanche in Utah. Rescuers digging through feet of snow, finally saving Tillotson after about 15 minutes. But it appears no one can match Buffalo for snowfall totals. Another 3 feet of lake-effect snow is expected by tomorrow night, on top of the 40 inches that forced the Bills game to be postponed over the weekend. Meanwhile, in the nation's capital, Fun and games on the National Mall as people enjoyed a rare blast of winter.
It's a lot of fun. I've been waiting a long time.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
In Washington, President Joe Biden will meet with congressional leaders at the White House later today to discuss a supplemental spending bill. The proposed legislation aims to send aid to Israel, Ukraine, Taiwan, and the U.S.'s border with Mexico. However, challenges remain and the clock is ticking. Just over 2 weeks into the new year, and the U.S. lawmakers are already trying to keep the government up and running. If they can't come to terms, funds for key government agencies will dry up. In order to prevent a partial shutdown, the House and Senate have to pass a short-term funding extension and get it to the president's desk. The deadline, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday.
A new home analysis shows that baby boomers plan to stay in their larger homes longer, and that could be an issue for younger families. The Redfin analysis shows that 28% of houses with 3 bedrooms or more are owned by boomers, now compared to 14% owned by millennials with children. Buying a larger house used to be manageable for young families, but now most can't afford it. In addition to a shortage of houses, home prices are rising faster than wages, and mortgage rates are at a 23-year high. At the same time, Redfin says many boomers already own their homes outright. They don't plan to downsize.
A crew of 4 private astronauts preparing to launch to the International Space Station. Liftoff of the SpaceX Dragon is scheduled for later this evening from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. This would be the 3rd mission carrying private astronauts to ISS, but the first with an all-European crew. The team will spend up to 2 weeks in orbit conducting microgravity research and tech demonstrations. The mission will help chart a course towards Axiom Station, which is the first commercial space station. The crew members hail from Spain, Italy, Turkey, and Sweden.
Time now is 5:41 and 19 cold degrees right now.
The brutal cold driving members of the unsheltered population indoors. Up next, a first-hand account of one family that shows the struggle of so many to get in before shelters run out of space.
And it was nice to see the sun yesterday, even though it was still very cold. And this morning, no exception, extremely cold at 19 degrees. Definitely warm up your car. Again, I was lucky. My husband warmed up mine, so hopefully you can get yours warmed up as well before you head out. Be careful.
During these dangerously cold days, there are so many people without shelter searching for warmth. Haven for Hope is designed to sleep a little more than 1,400 with an overflow capacity of 290.
Max Massey visited Haven for Hope and spoke with a family who knows all too well what it's like to search for a safe and warm place to go.
The reason I came to Haven for Hope, a year ago, I was hooked on meth. And I got tired of that lifestyle, so I was tired being homeless.
Rachel Garcia currently lives here at Haven for Hope. She's working to get back on her feet.
I love it. It's a place for me and my daughter. They treat us good.
Rachel and her family, they're surrounded by other people who are also looking for a fresh start and who are looking for a warm place to sleep.
So we've been over capacity, and that is why we made the decision this winter for these cold snaps that we're going to prioritize families at our shelter for our overflow emergency sleeping and count on the other shelters to take in individuals.
Terry Belling with Haven for Hope telling me reaching capacity, it's nothing new for them. But this time, it just took extra preparation and extra collaboration.
Whenever we had somebody that we had to divert because we had reached our capacity, we were able to transport them over there via taxi and get warm shelter for the night.
How do you guys plan to open more shelter? Because it doesn't seem like this problem's going away.
Right, so we will have continuing conversations with the city and the county.
There is optimism that changes could be coming to fruition, helping more families like Rachel Garcia, families who have or are going through it.
What was that like?
Oh, it was so cold, nothing to eat. It was very ugly for me.
But now, Rachel is working towards what comes next.
My next goal is finishing parenting class and be out here in 3 months, have my own place with my daughter.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
Well, we want to pass along, we just learned due to either power or heating issues that Comfort ISD and Luling ISD are now on the list for 2-hour delays today.
All right, time now, 5:47 and 19 degrees for now.
Let's check the road, see how things are looking out. The things are quite dry right now, which is great news considering just how darn cold it is right now. There are quite a few folks on the roads. Looks like we're back to a more normal traffic flow with most of the schools back too on normal schedules. RJ has an update straight ahead.
5:50 right now on your Wednesday morning, taking you outside TransGuide traffic cameras. Roads are dry out there, the way Mark just mentioned right before we went to break. So that's good news. Not seeing too many people out there, but a couple of different things starting to pop up. So let's show you what we're looking at here. We have a stalled vehicle being reported I-35 southbound at Ritterman Road, not causing any major delays at the moment, but again, not too many people out. So that's good news. Let's check out the near northwest side. We have another stalled vehicle being reported here, I-10 westbound at Fredericksburg Road. You see a little bit of a traffic delay in this area, so this is something that we will definitely continue to monitor as we make our way through the rest of Good Morning San Antonio. Want to let you know, we had mentioned earlier some items to keep in your vehicle during freezing temperatures if you are going to be hitting the roads. Here's some things that you definitely do not want to keep in your vehicle. You definitely do not want to store smartphones in there because they can obviously freeze. I remember mine had shut down one time when I was doing a live shot out in the cold, so that was definitely not fun. Cans of soda, bottles, the aluminum can expand and burst in your vehicle. Maybe some people have experienced that as well. Medications, those could lose their effectiveness if they are in freezing weather. And also musical instruments. So if you had some band practice, some sort of event, a recital, and maybe your kid left their trumpet in the car, you definitely don't want to leave that in there overnight, especially during freezing weather. That stuff can crack, the wood can warp.
Some of that stuff we never thought about.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, RJ.
Good reminder there, because it is very, very cold.
You know, a lot of folks have been dripping our pipes a little bit and faucets outside and everything. So later on today, you can shut them off. So we will get above these brutally cold temperatures, maybe Friday night into Saturday, because we're looking at mid-20s. Not as long of a period of time, though, below freezing. So, and I bring that up because you look at some of these pictures, and I remember as a kid, like filling water balloons and hanging them outside and stuff like that. Just, it's kind of fun to see the ice that forms up here. Hopefully it wasn't like ice that formed in broken pipes or anything like that. But thank you very much for KSAT Connect picture over there at Garden Ridge. Very cool looking. All right, great looking start this morning. We got a lot of clear skies out there. Not much wind, so that's helping us out as far as not having the wind chill to deal with. Now, actual thermometer readings, temperatures are going to be lower, but you don't have that biting wind out there. So a little bit better compared to yesterday morning. All right, take a look ahead. And once again, it's very encouraging looking at the long range forecast going in toward the, actually after this upcoming weekend and then going into the rest of next week where we have decent rain chances. This is well above normal as far as above the normal precipitation for that time period. And then as far as temperatures, now this doesn't mean it's going to be hot out there at all. It's just saying above normal readings. Normal at this time is now going to be up into the mid 60s. Right now, 63 degrees. That's up through the 20th of January. So it won't be as cold. We're not going to have any freezing conditions out there, anything like that. And even going on into the last couple of days of the month, better chance for above normal precipitation as well as milder temperatures. Here's the reason why. The massive cold air continues to work its way off to the northeast. And yes, it's still very cold out there. Tomorrow, we do warm up a little bit. Then we get a quick little shot. It's not that real Arctic stuff. Quick little shot of cold air by Friday and Saturday. It's going to keep us on the cooler side, not bone chilling. And then we get all this moisture coming in here. That's what's going to give us the rain chance coming in starting starting Sunday evening into good chunk of next week. Today, 45, so we are going to be warmer than the next couple of days, or the last couple of days, I should say. 67 tomorrow. Not freezing here in town tomorrow, nor Friday morning, but Saturday, yeah, down in the mid-20s again, up into the 40s. Chilly weekend, then the rain moves on in here. Temperatures will be closer to normal next week, and like I said, decent rain chances, so that's a very encouraging forecast. More after this.
Ahead of the next hour, GMSA, the Spurs are in Boston tonight for the second matchup of their 5-game road trip. The play of point guard Trey Jones could lead the team to some wins in the near future. Plus, crime is up in San Antonio, but not in every category. We'll look at what's behind the bump in crime last year and why the drop in homicides may not be as big as it seems. And up next, the story everyone talking about this morning. At least 20 schools closed across San Antonio ISD. We'll look at which ones and what surrounding districts are saying. And as we go to break, a quick look at TransGuide dry roads, but very cold conditions.
Let's look out there with live cam this morning. We're starting at a very cold 19 degrees. Definitely bundle up if you have to head out early in the morning hours, and hoping to see some sun today as well.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. It is 6 a.m. on your Wednesday, January 17th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you are staying warm and you're having a good week so far. It's been a short week, but interesting because it's so cold and we're just not used to these temperatures.
That's true, and it's affecting places like schools, and we're also getting word of a possible water main break on I-35. RJ is going to have more on that in just a second. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue after this morning, because we still obviously have the brutally cold temperatures, but we will warm up even more so this afternoon compared to yesterday, and even more so than tomorrow. Yesterday it was nice to see sunshine in the afternoon and get up only into about the mid-upperish 30s. Today add roughly 10 to that, but starting off this morning, got a lot of clear skies out there and bone-chilling temperatures. 12 at Bernie, 19 at the airport, 17 Port SA, 11 now in Comfort. We don't have as much of a wind out there, maybe a puff of a breeze, but we don't have the wind chills to deal with like we had yesterday. Still, obviously, you want to bundle up. So we are going to be warming up very quickly, though, since we don't have this wind as well. And we will still, though, drop down a couple of more degrees before it's all said and done. Now, the wind chill advisory, despite the fact there's not much out there, was issued a couple of days ago. That was left in effect because if there is a hint of a breeze that pops up, that's going to make it feel a whole lot colder, obviously. And then the hard freeze warning remains in effect through 10 o'clock this morning, and those will be allowed to expire. Mountain cedar, mold, both on the low side. Updated count comes out later on this morning. Going to be dropping down a couple of more notches before it's all said and done here in town, and then warm up nicely. We'll already be above freezing by late morning, 36 at noon, top off at 45 later on today. That's only 4 above the normal low temperature, but again, a lot better than yesterday. Chance to warm up. You know, hopefully you can turn off the dripping water. And we do have another hard freeze coming in here to start off the weekend. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about some rain chances as well. Those two things are not going to be meeting up, by the way. Just want to point that out. Some decent rain chances. We'll get all the details on that in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, you said you're seeing maybe a water main break out there?
Yeah, Mike. So just got off the phone with TransGuide within the past 5 minutes or so, and this is what they're telling me right now is that there is a reported water main break there on the east side, kind of 35 north headed into Loop 410. So we do see some traffic getting through here, but you also kind of see this, what looks like a pool of water there. So again, just kind of getting information. I mean, literally minutes before we started our 6 o'clock hour, it looks like we do have emergency vehicles out here. And obviously the big concern here with this being one of our major highways is that this water will freeze over and cause some major issues there on the roadways right now. So again, I'll get on the phone with TransGuide here in just a bit and try and get a little bit more information as far as shutdowns. But again, 35 north at Loop 410, a reported water main break there on that part of the highway. So I want to let you know about a couple other things, not causing any major delays at the moment, but still just want to let you know about a couple of other incidents. Westbound I-10 Fredericksburg Road. So I adjusted this earlier. I thought this was closer to 410 and I-10. This is actually a little bit closer up Fredericksburg Road and I-10 westbound there lanes and the further northwest side. One other thing to let you know about southbound 35 at Ritterman Road. We've been following this stalled vehicle there, but again, not causing any major delays. This is the biggest thing that we're following at the moment. Again, 35 northbound at Loop 410, reported water main break. We do see emergency vehicles out there right now. Try and get a little bit more information for you guys throughout the rest of our hour here. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
All right, keep us posted, RJ. We know you will. Well, just into our newsroom minutes ago, 2 more SAISD schools will be closed today. They include Travis Early College High School and Young Women's Leadership Academy Secondary. That brings the total of SAISD campuses closed to 22. We're told they are closed due to heating repairs. We have more of the schools closed posted on your screen, and the full list is posted on our website at KSAT.com. The district itself will be open. That means campus administration, custodian staff, and child nutrition services still report curbside meals for students will be available from noon to 1 p.m. Now, this is in response to several complaints about bitter cold classroom conditions from parents and students. Some students at Madison Elementary told us what they thought about the cold coming back from the holiday weekend.
School today?
Good. It was good, but very cold inside.
Is it colder outside or inside?
Inside.
It was colder inside?
Yes.
SAISD's letter to parents In the SAISD letter to parents, the superintendent said, in part, quote, "I regret that our preparations did not meet expectations. We'll work around the clock to address these issues, and we will be open on Wednesday, but not for students. We will continue to monitor the situation," end quote. We've also learned in the last few minutes that 3 school districts, including Comfort, Luling, and Goliad ISDs, will be doing a delayed start this morning. We believe these are all related to power or heating issues. You can find the full list on KSAT.com, and we'll continue to keep track of any closures or delays that might come in. Well, SAISD is not the only school district reporting problems while adjusting to the extreme cold lately.
Parents across the KSAT 12 viewing area said there were also issues at their kids' schools. So one was Oak Creek Elementary at Comal ISD. Parents said that school had heating issues. So we went to the district, and it said the following, in part, quote, "The district's maintenance team has been working throughout the day and have found that the issue was related to a faulty control panel," end quote.
That's right. East Central ISD got back to us saying, quote, "We have received recent concerns about temperature in some areas of ECHS and the district. Our facilities team has investigated and confirmed that all systems are operating normally," end quote.
And we also want to show you part of the statement that Northside ISD sent to us. It reads, quote, "We had only a handful of issues across our 135 campuses, Stevens High School being one of those. All of the issues, including a burst coil at Holmes High School, were items that our maintenance crews were able to address very quickly."
So right now, those 3 school districts we spoke about all say they plan to be open today, but we're keeping an eye on any changes. To stay up to date, scan the QR code on your screen right now or head on over anytime to KSAT.com.
And there are new allegations against former San Antonio Fire Chief Charles Hood, this time from the Firefighters Union.
Just 2 weeks after Hood retired amid allegations of making vulgar comments, the union's president tells Patty Santos there are more concerns about Hood's administration.
Apathetic leadership. That's how Joe Jones describes former Fire Chief Charles Hood's time leading the San Antonio Fire Department.
I've been on the job for almost 26 years now, and this is the lowest I've ever seen morale.
Jones, the president of the San Antonio Professional Firefighters Association, says that led to what he calls a, quote, "management mafia culture" inside SAFD.
Targeting, bullying, retaliating against members for various reasons.
Jones claims it's been happening for years. Some complaints come from exit interviews of firefighters who no longer fear losing their pensions.
How many complaints did you get?
Numerous. Yes.
10, 6, 20?
Yeah, it's going to be higher than that.
30?
Keep going. It's bad.
Jones says members feared speaking out against the administration because it would jeopardize their careers and reputation.
We have allegations from members that they have been surveilled, they have been followed. They place specific officers at their homes. It's surreal.
What are the bad actors trying to prevent?
Good question. I think they're trying to prevent outcry.
Accused of hazing cadets and threatening co-workers.
Jones has his own history with Hood. He was demoted from assistant fire chief in 2017 after being accused of intimidation and hazing cadets. Now, as the union's leader, Jones says he has met with city leadership and believes they're looking at changes. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
The city says they are not currently investigating the culture at the San Antonio Fire Department and that its investigation into Hood is now closed. We also asked the city spokesperson about the so-called mafia management at the fire department. We are still waiting to hear back. KSAT also reached out to Charles Hood about the allegations, but have not heard back either.
Happening today, the trial begins for a former SAPD officer, Oscar Cruz Jr. is charged with deadly conduct firearm. He was arrested last February following an incident where he fired 2 shots towards minors who were reported for pulling vehicle door handles. Before that, he'd already been suspended after he hit a pedestrian with his patrol car. If found guilty, he faces 2 to 10 years in prison. Right now, 6:09, 18 degrees.
After the break, crime is up in San Antonio, but not in every category. A look at what's behind the bump in crime last year and why the drop in homicides may not be as big as they seem.
Outside with live cam, the big story this morning is, well, 18 degrees as we take a look at San Antonio International Airport.